Welcome to the video. Today we are going to talk about human rights at international level from several aspects. Human rights, a timeless idea, constantly redefined. It speaks of dignity, freedom, and equality. From the ruins of war to the digital age, the story of human rights is the story of humanity itself. In this interconnected world, human rights are no longer a national issue. They belong to everyone, everywhere. In the 21st century, human rights go beyond political freedom or legal protection. They extend into every aspect of life: education, gender equality, the dignity of work, and the safety of our digital identities. Technology has made the world more connected and privacy more fragile. Between algorithms and surveillance, we must redefine what freedom means. Thinkers such as John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau were among the first to articulate the ideas of natural rights, equality, and individual liberty. Their theories later inspired the creation of democratic constitutions and global human rights movements. The end of World War II marked a turning point in the recognition of human rights as a global concern. The horrors of war, genocide, and discrimination led nations to unite under a new international framework, the United Nations UN, established in 1945. Since then, human rights have evolved into a global standard, reinforced by international law and cooperative institutions. However, the modern era also presents new challenges: rapid technological change, social inequalities, and conflicts continue to test the world's ability to protect human dignity in an interconnected global society. In 2015, the United Nations adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Each of its 17 goals is deeply connected to human rights. Ending poverty is not only an economic mission, it is the right to live with dignity. Quality education is not a luxury, it is the right to learn and to grow. Gender equality is not a dream, it is the right of women and men to stand as equals in every part of society. These are not separate missions, but reflections of human dignity itself. Without human rights, sustainability is only a slogan. Businesses, too, are rethinking their role in society. The E stands for environment, protecting the planet, and the right of future generations to clean air, safe water, and a stable climate. The S stands for social, ensuring fair wages, safe workplaces, equality across all communities. And the G stands for governance, the duty to be transparent, accountable, and free from corruption. A company that respects human rights is not only doing what is right, it is investing in the stability and trust, sustaining the global economy. ESG reminds us that justice and sustainability are not separate goals, but parts of the same moral foundation. The United Nations plays a central role in the promotion and protection of human rights. Founded on October 24, 1945, the UN currently has 193 member states. Since 1945, the United Nations has made human rights one of its central missions. The Human Rights Council monitors global situations to risk their lives while the Office of the High Commissioner helps nations turn ideals into action. From war zones to poverty and racial injustice, the UN stands as a reminder that every state carries a duty to its people. In 2015, the world united again under a new vision: the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. 17 global goals designed to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure peace and prosperity for all. Each of these goals, it is built upon the foundation of human rights: the right to live free from hunger, the right to education and decent work, the right to equality, regardless of gender or background. Their mission is clear: to give voice to the voiceless, and to hold the powerful accountable. From that day, humanity shared a universal language of values. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was born, 30 together forming the International Bill of Human Rights, compass of the world. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. From that principle flows a vision of what it means to live with dignity, the right to life, to liberty, and to security, the freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, the freedom of expression and opinion, the right to work, to education, and to participate in government, the right to equal protection before the law, without discrimination of any kind. The other does not belong to any one culture, nation, or religion. It was drafted by representatives from across the world, from Lebanon and China, from France and Chile, from the United States and the Soviet Union. The right to work, to education, and to participate in government. The right to equal protection before the law, without discrimination of any kind. While governments negotiate and diplomats speak, another force works quietly yet powerfully across the world: non-governmental organizations. They have no armies, no territory, yet their influence reaches every corner of the planet. These organizations act as humanity's conscience. They remind us that change often begins not in government halls, but in the courage of ordinary people who refuse to look away. Today, the battlefield for human rights extends into the digital realm. Our data, our privacy, even our thoughts, are tracked by algorithms. Digital surveillance walks a thin line between safety and freedom. As Kant once said, man must be treated as an end, not a means. AI can amplify inequality when it reflects the prejudice of those who designed it. Facial recognition can track movements. Predictive policing can target communities unfairly. Automated systems can make decisions without accountability. That technology should serve humanity, never replace it. And that freedom, equality, and justice must remain the light that guides us all, through every click, every code, and every connection we create. When technology violates dignity in the name of efficiency, we must ask ourselves, do we still own our freedom? Even as global awareness grows, human rights remain under threat. Armed conflicts displaced millions. Climate change deepens hunger and poverty. Disinformation divides societies. And inequality, old and new. Doctors, teachers, activists, and volunteers continue to risk their lives for others. Their work reminds us that human rights are not abstract ideals. They are lived, defended, and renewed every day. Human rights are more than laws on paper. They are respect for life and a promise of freedom. Only when everyone is protected can the world truly belong to all. From the United Nations to every ordinary person, each protest, each act of compassion, each justice, remind us to defend human rights, is to define itself